When you think of the Olympics, what comes to mind? Peak performance, honor, discipline. Let's rewind to 1904. The St. Louis Olympics showcased a marathon that was anything but those ideals. Picture this, 32 runners at the start line, but only 14 managed to finish the race. What went wrong? It turned into a survival horror game right before our eyes. The conditions set the stage for chaos. It sizzled at 90 degrees Fahrenheit with a dusty, unpaved road. Random cars kicked up dirt, causing runners serious injuries. William Garcia collapsed from inhaling too much dust. But the man in charge, James Sullivan, thought water was a crutch. Imagine running 24.8 miles with only one water station at mile 11. Welcome to a race filled with heat stroke, dust pneumonia, and no hydration. Now, let's meet our cast of characters. Felix Carvajal, a Cuban postman, arrived in dress shoes and long pants. Officials had to scissor cut his pants into shorts. Then we had Len Townyan and Jan Mashiani, two Swana tribesmen who decided to run barefoot. And don't forget Fred Laws, the man who would make this race even more ridiculous. As the race kicked off, things escalated quickly. Len, running well, was chased away from the track by wild dogs. He finished 9th. Who knew? Felix, on the other hand, hadn't eaten in 40 hours. He stopped to munch on apples, only to find they were rotten. Cue massive cramps. Felix decides to lay down for a nap. He wakes up and still manages to finish 4th. Now, what about our buddy Fred Laws? Suffering cramps at mile 9, he waved down a car and hitched a ride for 11 miles. Imagine waving at exhausted runners as you pass them by. When the car broke down, he jogged the last bit, crossed the finish, and the crowd went wild. But hold on. Someone yells, he was in a car. Fred claimed it was a joke. He was banned for life, well, temporarily. So, if Fred didn't win, who did? Meet Thomas Hicks. Exhausted at mile 10, his trainers used the modern science of the day, rat poison. Yes, strychnine, mixed with raw eggs and brandy. Miraculously, he continued but began hallucinating. He turned grey and nearly passed out. As he neared the stadium, he could barely run. 2 trainers had to drag him across the finish line. And the officials? They declared him the gold medalist. Thomas Hicks lost 8 pounds during this race and required immediate medical care. This marathon stands as the slowest victory in Olympic history. Filled with cheating, wild animals, and a car, it served as a warning label for the 20th century. If you're grateful your gym teacher doesn't use rat poison, hit that like button. Subscribe for more incredible history, and I'm off for a well-deserved nap.